What's going there, YouTube? Well, I haven't done nothing in the terms of YouTube in quite some time. Haven't really done a whole heck of a lot up here with tractors or anything for, well, since 4th Antique Power. But anyways, most of you know that follow this channel, it's the week before Cookstown Steam Show. And it's kind of up here tinkering around a little bit, trying to get stuff ready to go. I'll give you guys an update here in a second. But I didn't even think to pick the camera up today. It just kind of got going on one thing, and one thing led to another, and led to another. And I thought, you know, I should probably pick the YouTube camera up and make a little snip for you guys here. But anyway, here's what I've been up to today. Yeah, I didn't get to touch the 40 very much. I went over and I wanted to inspect the distributor on it because I wanted to see what the points look like inside it. And actually don't look too bad, but I'm going to clean them up and I'll probably end up replacing them at some point. When I get more time to do that. Pump some tires up here, but anyway. Oh, some of you guys might recognize that little guy. That's a little Oliver 145 garden tractor myself and my grandfather restored several years ago. And well, since it's kind of Cookstown prep week, I thought maybe we take the 145 up there too. And it hasn't been up there in quite some time. I think 2003 or 4, somewhere in there, probably the last time I was there. But I haven't had that running since 2019. And I think I mentioned in the past I had an issue with no spark. But I discovered after a little bit of tinkering that it was the battery. Now, the battery would wind the tractor over, right, but it wouldn't have any spark to start. So I just borrowed the battery of the new 110 here and put it in a little Oliver and started right up. Of course, I cut the grass and whatnot first here, you know. Trying to keep things under control up here. But yeah, I put a little, I thought maybe it was not getting fuel, but once I put the new battery in it and I just give a small little dose of, well, ether, she started right up. So we'll go up and get some gas for that on Friday before we take tractors up. I went at that Hart-Parr a little bit today too. We got it kind of cleaned up a little bit. Could use a little bit better, but I made some new plug wires up right there finally. These ones aren't too tricky to do. You just got to crimp, you got to strip a little bit of wire off and put it into the 90 degree there, and then you got to crimp the 90 on. Then inside the magneto cap, you pull this cap off, and there's a screw in the cap. You take the screw out, and then when you put the new wire in, you screw it back through, and that screw bites through the wire, and that's how it feeds into the wire. It seemed to run a little bit better on that, but I think I still got a little bit of dirt in the carb or something, because I know I had a dirty fuel issue a couple years ago, and I'm wondering if that's coming back around to bite me, but it seems like it wants to run a lot better. Doesn't seem to be missing. I was really disgusted with that 4th Antique Power. It was just needed a little bit of tuning up. Of course, these things sit around. You don't do nothing with them after show season anyway. I don't do very much with the tractors other than, you know, drag dead stuff in the backyard. But other than that, it's not going to be a long-term thing. But yeah, we got the Hart-Parr ready to go. I think we'll take the 145 and I think we'll do a little paint touch up on that and paint the muffler up on it. And I think we'll be all right. I'm going to clean the wheels up here in the Hart-Parr a bit and probably go at that sediment bowl. The sediment bowl looks actually really clean in it, so that's why I was kind of wondering where the dirty fuel came from. I did have sediment in the tank there a couple years ago, but I did get it flushed out. And that's kind of where we're at with that, and I think Friday would be the big day to take stuff up there. So I actually washed the 145. This is the first time since it's probably been restored, and it's cleaned up actually really nice. A couple little spots in the paint job there to get touched up, but I mean, hey, hadn't done nothing since 2019. I'm going to admit one thing though. When I was doing that W4, I was painting the generator and I had it up here on some tie wire. I'm going to admit to you guys a mistake that I made, and I'm still kind of aggravated about it, but I got it fixed up pretty much. I got to put some paint on it. That generator broke the wire, and that generator came down right in the hood of that 145. Oh, I was mad about that. Right little there. I tapped it back out. I just got to put some paint on it. I'm going to sand it down and put a little paint on it. That's just a streak from when I washed it this afternoon, but yeah, I haven't told anyone on YouTube about that because, well, it's kind of a piss off. I'm still not very happy that I did that, but hey, you guys know what happens. Anyway, you guys can fill in that blank word. So, trying to watch the language here on the YouTube channel. So, anyway, I'm gonna go with these and tidy them up a little bit more, and I think Friday will be the big show. So, anyway, if you guys like what you see, as always, please comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on Friday morning. It's time to load stuff up, and we'll go up and get a show video for Cookstown. So, anyway, I'll see you guys later.